I'm here with Miami head golf coach Zach Sederick. Coach, you guys just competed at Michigan State, finished up one round, got the win. What did you see from your guys?
I saw what I was hoping I would see, guys that compete like champions and just have that kind of presence about them. It was a real bummer we didn't get to finish that second round. We were pretty much done. I mean, we had guys with basically a hole left, and the darkness just got to a point where we couldn't finish. And Golfstead only takes 18-hole rounds, so we couldn't put in the front nine. Because we honestly, like, the match would have probably swung even more in our favor. But it was, I think even par is for not, that's our first team round in 3.5 months. On that type of golf course, it's a good test, especially in the spring. When they have the Players Am during the summer, the scores can be pretty low, but you're talking about a firm, fast golf course that tends to play a little shorter and can yield some more birdies. When it's a little cool and you're seaside and you get a little bit of wind, it just plays a lot different. So I thought, as a team, even par is a solid score. 2 weeks from now, if we were back there 2 weeks from now, I'd look for that to be more 4 to 6 under, just competitively having our feet under us a little bit more. But we got a lot of great practice in. We played basically 72 holes of golf in the 3 days we were down there playing and practicing. So the great thing about this format and playing a dual match, if we're just comparing it to match play, is everyone was exposed. All of your strengths and weaknesses were exposed in stroke play. It's a little different in match play. You've got a 6-footer for par. The guy that you're playing has a 12-footer for birdie, and he makes it, so you pick up and go to the next hole, and you kind of, in your mind, it's like, oh, I made a 4. All those 6 to 8 footers that you didn't have to putt, they went in. And this week we had to hole them all out. So I think the side benefit to all this is we've got 9 days from today of practice and prep before we head out next Friday. Everyone knows exactly where they're at and exactly what they need to do. So everything that we wanted to accomplish and things that I wanted to see, we got it done while we were down there.
Yeah, so you talked about that preparation time coming forward. What's your focus going to be on?
It's going to be, I don't want to say individually focused. I think there's even more clarity for all the guys individually as far as what they need to improve between now and then. We are going to, everyone felt very well prepared as far as how things were organized for the team. So things are pretty much going to stay status quo there as far as how we compete at home. We're going to pepper in a little bit more short game stuff as far as we're going to take advantage of disc a little bit more than we did leading up to this event, just to get some extra work in from, 20 to 50 yards. Not a ton of extra time because really you don't hit shots from 20 to 50 yards very often in a round of golf. So if we can get maybe one extra day in disc, we'll do that. Other than that, we're just going to keep finding ways to, keep the pressure up at home and keep guys accountable when they have their own time to practice and keep it rolling. Confidence is high right now.
Yeah, so you guys have had a couple different guys step into that first roll during rounds and even had some individuals play very well. What do you think that says about the depth for your team?
It's very positive. Jack Ebner played one event in the lineup in the fall. He had some cracks at it as an individual, and he shoots 69, and that was awesome. And really the 2 days before that, when we're doing some inter-squad stuff, looked great. I know he struggled a little bit in the afternoon and technically didn't post a score, but I've met with 5 of our 7 players since we've gotten back, including Jack Ebner, and the other 4 guys went out of their way to mention how impressed they were with where his game's at. So I think that speaks, highly to Jack for one and what he's done in the off season to push and get better. But Cam Solomon played solid. His score would have counted for us on Sunday morning, and he held up pretty well in the rain. We played in some rough conditions Sunday afternoon. He had one day where he played really well, one day where he struggled in the 2 days leading up. But no one feels like, hey, my spot's good for the rest of the year. Everyone feels like they need to keep pushing and keep getting better. And I think the depth is one thing, and that's definitely pretty much at an all-time high. But I also think the level of just competitiveness on a daily basis within the team, I think it's pushing everyone to get better. So it's fun for me to coach that and push those guys, and I think they're enjoying just that level of competitiveness that they're experiencing every day.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
I'm with Miami golfer Jack Herzig. Jack, you had one of your best rounds of the season against
Absolutely.
against Michigan State. What was working for you?
That's a good question. I talked a lot with Coach about it after the round, and we decided a big thing was that I was really just confident in what I was doing, and did well to really just play my game. I was struggling early in the round with my driver, and I found something that kind of made it click, and I was able to be a little bit more aggressive after that. And I think that just fed into every other part of my game. From there, I don't know, everything just loosened up a bit, and I was able to finish it off pretty strong as well. So it was nice.
What was it like to get back out there after the long winter break and then be able to compete again?
Absolutely, it was great. A lot of fun. Whenever we're able to compete, it's a blast. All of us were super lucky. We all got to get down south over break and work on the games. But as you know, it's different when you're out there competing and put on the Miami uniform again. So it was a blast. Just a lot of fun, and I think super useful for us going forward.
Yeah, so a little break until Colleton. What's your focus going to be on, like, part of your game moving forward?
Yeah, it's a good question. It'll depend a lot on how much we can get outside. Indoor and outdoor practice it'll look pretty different for me. Definitely, we'll focus a lot on my wedges. That's something that I've always kind of needed to get better at. So I'll focus there, and I had a good lesson today with my swing coach, Kevin Jones, and we talked about a few things that fundamentally I got to watch and take care of. So check out those things, and yeah.
Yeah, so what's some of your goals moving forward for the rest of the season?
Yeah. Well, obviously, to keep winning as a team. That's number one, first and foremost. For me, just taking care of the stuff that I need to take care of to play well. I know that for me, if there's a couple little things on the course and just with how I'm managing my rounds mentally, being patient, stuff like that, I know that if I can take care of those things, then the results will take care of themselves. So,
Thanks, Jack.
yeah, thank you.